Traders, right before I discuss my top ideas for the week, I wanted to briefly mention and really outline an important observation that I've had. An elevated VIX, like we currently have and we experienced last week, is extremely different from a subdued VIX and the overall trading environment. So when the volatility index is trading at elevated levels, like it has been the last several days, swing trading and swing trades become a lot more risky as significant overnight directional gaps become and far greater in probability and more likely. So move-to-move type trading, along with trading volatility products and index ETFs, provide fantastic opportunities during these environments each day. Now, overall, the anticipation of a recession has now impacted flows and sentiment with stocks, along with a higher VIX, which puts the overall market and sectors in play versus individual stocks. So, with all of that in mind, with a move-to-move focus and a trader's sort of market mindset in mind, these are my top ideas for the upcoming week, and very different to the previous weeks and months and the ideas that I've had in the past. So first, a move-to-move bounce in SOXL, in SOXL. You can see here SOXL is almost 60% off from its 52-week highs just several weeks ago, now trading well below its 200-day. And for me, a bounce in SOXL is becoming increasingly more likely in the short term, as well as attractive from a standpoint of risk-reward, because it's become extremely stretched, very, very stretched right now in terms of price action. We've seen capitulation to the downside, as well as increase in volume. And so as a result of that, with its RSI also trading at levels not seen in around 3 months, I'm looking for a bit of a reversion here and a bounce. Now, the thing that I've mentioned previously is that I'm not looking for any swing trades off the bat here. The only time in which I will actually put a swing trade on is if I see a very strong close after a trade intraday, and I might look to leave a piece on for a overnight gap trade. But that'll be a very small piece, very small risk. Swing in this environment is not my priority, rather it's move-to-move trading. But here's my plan for SOXL, at least what I'm looking for. In SOXL, the A+ version of this idea would be if we got a gap down tomorrow. So if we got a gap down on Monday, a nice washout, that would then sort of trigger an A+ idea in my mindset. If we were to go down another 5-10%, setting up an intraday washout long reversal pattern. In that case, I'm going to be closely watching price action for signs of a bottom. I'm going to be looking to enter long on the right side of the V, importantly. So that means that, once the stock makes a low of day, you get an increase in volume, you get a snapback, a higher low, a well-defined higher low, reclaim of its intraday VWAP. Once you have a clear, defined bottom and level to risk against, that's where I'll be very comfortable to get long, risking low of day versus trying to catch a falling knife and essentially taking many, many cuts, death by 1,000 paper cuts. So essentially with this, I'm going to be looking to trade it on a reduced time frame. All right, so because it's not a swing trade, like I said, a move-to-move style trade intraday throughout the day. And as I previously mentioned, only looking to take a small piece if we close really in the upper band of the day's range, and that would be for small overnight gap trade, but won't have significant risk on at all. I'm going to be looking to trail this on the 5-minute time frame, higher lows, looking to scale out of my position on higher highs and extensions away from volume weighted average price intraday. Now, very similar to this, my plan in TQQQs, so it's the triple levered Qs ETF. So you have the Qs looking at TQQQ, triple levered, right down into that 200-day on Friday, and very similar to my plan in SOXL. Ideally, we get a gap down, we get some further weakness, and ideally, even a flush below its 200-day and Friday's low, another few percent, 5% to even 10% additional downside in the Qs, in the TQQQs for a capitulatory bounce trade. But in this regard, I have a growing list of names that I'm monitoring for similar style moves and to the plans mentioned above. For example, Microsoft is another one, MSFT. Microsoft is another name I'm closely tracking for a relief bounce after Microsoft has sold off almost 13% from its highs just several weeks ago, and it's trading at its lowest RSI since 2022, since the correction in 2022. So it's trading its lowest RSI in 2 years, 13% off its high in a matter of weeks, right into its 200-day rising. And so looking for a bounce, but once it confirms on the right side of its V intraday, and of course there could be further downside before that takes place. And as I mentioned too, ideally there's more downside. Ideally this gets stretched. Ideally we see some panic, quick morning panic, a washout, or a significant gap down, and we get some buying in the pre-market to set it up. But that is what I'm stalking predominantly. Now, in addition to monitoring several sectors, key indexes, my main focus on Monday and probably all week is going to be the overall market, SPY, tech sector looking at Qs, TQQQ, SOXL looking at semis, but it's going to also be VXX. So it's the ETN that tracks volatility, VIX short-term futures. Now on elevated VIX, as I mentioned, it creates insanely great move-to-move momentum scalping and reversion scalping opportunities. In these environments, I excel in rapidly shifting gears from a swing mindset to a move-to-move mindset. And for me, the VXX is a great trading vehicle for it. So I'm going to be closely watching VIX futures. I'm going to be watching the VXX price action and chart and the overall market, and all combined for cash flowing scalping opportunities intraday in VXX. Now, this is a very different style. It's a different mindset from what I've previously discussed, different setups, different strategies, and it's a lot more active intraday price action reactive trading, finding pockets of liquidity and looking for key inflection points for quick moves, and with critical adjustments that are being made. So this is something, and this style and mindset adjustment is something that I will be sure to go over in detail in my upcoming Inside Access meeting with you all on Thursday. So be sure to pop in there for that meeting. Now, I would also love to hear any adjustments that you've made in the upcoming, in the previous week, and adjustments you've made for the upcoming week, and any stocks that are on your radar, or how you might be going about strategizing for this market after we saw a significant shift take place last week. And let's see if it lasts. But I'm very curious to hear from all of you. Drop those thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you all next week. Good luck for the upcoming week. It should be an eventful one, to say the least. Cheers.
So you're an active trader, not doing as well as you want, not doing as well as you deserve, and you just can't figure out why you can't become profitable no matter how hard you try. Well, let me show you why. This is your competition. The traders in this room. This room right here is full of elite traders, some of whom are making 7 and even 8 figures a year. In fact, our top guys have made nearly 20 million each in net trading profits in a single year. Let's head to my office so I can share more. So you're probably used to seeing videos of lavish trader lifestyles, trading gurus trading off of a laptop for an hour a day, heck, maybe even 15 minutes a day, and then them relaxing on some secluded beach for the rest of the day. Well, all I can tell you is that our traders train like pro athletes. They live and breathe the markets and are continually working on their trading skills. Because at our firm, that's what we found it really takes to make it in this game. I'm Mike Bellafiore, co-founder and managing partner of SMB Capital, one of the world's top proprietary trading firms located in Midtown Manhattan. And we're always looking for trading talent to hire and develop. And not just to trade in-house on our desk, but also to trade from their own home, entirely using our firm's capital. And we have numerous traders doing just that, allowing them to make upwards of 7 figures trading the firm's capital without risking their own money. But to even get a shot at something like that, you need to have the right training. That's why we're doing a new free online presentation in which we share how you can get an interview with SMB to become an in-house or remote trader, trading firm capital without risking yours, and gaining access to all of our firm's coaching and resources. And the best part, you don't have to be a profitable trader yet. In fact, we prefer to mold profitable traders with our methods and our techniques. That's why we have just 3 simple criteria that can earn anyone an interview. We're looking for highly ambitious and determined traders who fit our culture first and foremost. So if you believe that could be you, sign up for the free 1-hour online presentation by clicking the link that's in your top right corner of your screen now.